Welcome to another episode of Living It Up with me, Liezel and filmed right here at the Cullinan Hotel in Cape Town. Now today we are joined by one of the Masterchef SA contestants, Kamini. Not only is she super busy on social media, she is a social butterfly as well. She's great in the kitchen. She's super active. We've climbed Lion's Head together, and I managed to get her to sit down for 5 minutes. Her schedule is crazy. Welcome, it's nice to be chatting to you.
So good to see you again.
Listen, last time we were at the top of the mountain,
yes,
and you knew the secret that you were a finalist, and you kept it from all of us. And you shoot so far, it was shot so many months ago. How did you manage to keep this a secret from everyone?
DSTV actually made that pretty easy. You sign away your life in a non-disclosure. See, it makes everything easy. But I mean, since then, life's been busy and life's been good, so it's been easy-ish to keep that secret.
Now, you've been on television cooking, you have your own radio show on 2 Oceans Vibe. You're not only a social butterfly, you're super good on social media. Where do you actually get time to just sit back, relax, and have you time?
Me time is usually, these days, my friends coming over and demanding that I cook for them. Usually when there's a MasterChef episode on. So, I mean, it's kind of slotted in. Tuesday and Wednesday are kind of downtime-ish. But I wish other people would get DSTV right now.
Are your friends kind of nervous when you ask them to cook for you?
Oh, well, yes, of course they are. But then it's the reversal. Now there's a lot of pressure for me to cook and to cook amazingly every single time. So now I'm daunted by braai salads or potato salad or anything because I'm like, oh no, I'm going to live up to that expectation.
Listen, I'm going to be honest here. I've had her cooking not only once, not only twice, a few times, and it's always been flawless. So she's just being modest, really. Time for yourself. You're super busy with the show, traveling a lot. Give us some behind the scenes things that really happen on the show that we don't see on TV.
I think there's a bit more of you hear the challenge and then they cut to a bit, so you've probably got about 5 or 10 minutes, and then there's that initial freak out. What am I going to cook? There are only 5 ingredients. What do I need to get from the pantry? And thankfully they don't show that. But in general, it's pretty cool. The other thing is that Chef Benny has got the most amazing taste in hip-hop music. No, honestly, we got him to submit 10 songs for one of the shows on 2 Oceans Vibe because we do hip-hop there. And he would kind of walk on set with his headphones on, he'd be bopping around, and then he'd see you and be like, listen to that. And like he listens to Drake and Kendrick Lamar, and he's super, super cool.
And you guys with the show, the contestants, you all lived in a house together. How did that work? Because I mean, we hardly ever see that on the show. Is there fighting behind the scenes? Do you share rooms? How does it work?
Look, a couple of people shared rooms. There wasn't any fighting because I think the premise of the South African MasterChef is that they want everyone to really be friends with each other. And I've made a couple of friends that I will take with me for a while. I mean, Ozzy called me the other day. He's like, I want to come to Cape Town. When are you going to be there? Let's direct us.
Oh, that's fantastic. So it's nice that you've taken a lot away from the show. Have you learned anything from the other contestants in terms of cooking-wise or about yourself?
I think as much as it's a show about food and about cooking, and there have been a lot of those kind of learnings, I think what it's based on more is just your strength of character and about how much you trust yourself. Because in that moment, you've got to make those split-second decisions, and you've got to know that those are right. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've taken away.
Now, you've travelled a bit and you've lived a bit around South Africa, but you call Cape Town home.
Yes.
What are some of those hidden gems, whether it's a restaurant or a wine farm, that you absolutely love?
In Cape Town, I don't think there's that much that's hidden because all the good things rise to the surface. And there are a few places that I go to on the regular, and it's always because they have seasonal menus, and the owners are there to invite you and come and have a glass of wine and just chill. So I don't know if you want to name these places.
You're welcome to name drop as much as you like.
I'm a huge fan of Namawet.
Oh yes.
I mean, you've been there a number of times.
Yeah.
Those cheese and truffle croquettes.
Really great, yeah.
My best thing in the entire world. Love Bistro 1682 at Cianberg. Alburo, which has got amazing food but also a very impressive tequila menu. You know, like those kind of places where the owners are there and they want you to be there, so that's great.
Now, for people who've never come to Cape Town, you're quite proud of the fact that you live here.
Yes.
If you could give them a motivation or a reason to come to Cape Town, what would it be, despite the weather?
I don't even think the weather's a bad thing because it just means that in winter you can wear your scarves and you have a whole change of wardrobe, you know, thick coats, beanies, that sort of thing. I think bottom line is just convince them to get on the flight, and then the city really does speak for itself. No?
And you settling in when you moved to Cape Town for the first time?
I think I had it a little bit easy because I moved here to study advertising at Red and Yellow. I studied copy there. So I kind of moved here and I had a group of people to go to. So it wasn't that bad. But in general, K-12 is not unfriendly or cliquey as most people think. It's just about going to certain places and meeting the right people, I guess.
And what's next for you?
What's next? I think everyone expects you to kind of do a restaurant or do a book if you've had anything to do with Masterchef, and that's totally not my vibe. I think what I want to do is a bit more TV and a bit more radio and definitely more writing and photography. It's the food media dream.
Now before I go, a lot of people have tweeted, a lot of people have spoken about it. I don't know if you've picked it up. Your hair has been a big talking point with Masterchef. Where do you have it cut?
I get my hair cut at Scar on Kloof Street. They're amazing. They do De Antwoord and a few other people, but I think I'm one of their more modest clients because De Antwoord, they're crazy.
Well, Kamini, it was really great chatting to you. Really great having you here. We wish you all the best. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't want to ask you what's going to happen. We're going to keep our eyes glued to Mnet and watch MasterChef South Africa and see how this lady does it. Stay with us. It's Living It Up on 48 Hours TV.